Back, everyone. We just couldn't leave Allie. We
I just don't want to leave.
I can't have her go right now. No, we need her. We still need to talk a little bit about. Obviously, Allie has such a passion for cooking. She is just an incredible cook and so creative and so fun.
Sweet.
So we want to kind of learn a little bit from her and get some tips for the weekend.
Yes, it's okay. So when you are cooking, people always ask me, like, what do I have in my kitchen so that I'm able to really make anything? Right. The first thing is you always want to make sure you have different oils and vinegars.
Okay.
Olive oil, balsamic vinegar, red wine vinegar. These are your keys to flavor, but also good fats, especially with that oil. I always keep an array of spices. My favorite is dried Italian herbs, garlic powder, cracked red pepper, the red pepper flakes. Yes, and it's really a mild thing. So what is something, Vanessa, maybe that you love to make or that you want to make but you may not know what stuff to have?
Honestly, Allie, I think my biggest thing is we hear it all the time, right? Meal prepping.
Yes.
It's such an important part of, you know, your everyday life, especially if you're really busy. So what are some tips? Do you have any? Do you meal prep or do you kind of just cook as you go day by day?
You know, it's funny you bring this up because I was just calling my mom a few days ago complaining, I'm so busy, I can't even cook and that's my job. But, you know, it is just something I like cooking daily, but it isn't always feasible for a busy life. So I like go-to healthy shortcuts like Trader Joe's, for instance. They have an already roasted cauliflower and broccoli. That cuts out 40 minutes of my day. So really looking for fresh ingredients. I love buying a store-bought olive tapenade. Olives really satiate you. They're full of healthy fats for shiny hair. So for me, when it comes to cutting down on cooking time, I never go to the pantry section of the grocery store. That's where you're always going to run into that excess sugar and carbs. But I always cling to the outside areas of the grocery store and look for good dips, hummus, things like that, because to me that's what I want to grab and I want to have my options, because if I'm in a pinch and I only have chips on hand, then if I'm hungry I'm going to eat the chips.
That's what I was going to ask you next. Let's talk a little bit about snacks. Everyone loves snacks. I sometimes consider them a meal, which is obviously not the best ideal situation. But how can we look forward to healthy alternatives versus just grabbing the chips and guacamole?
So this is my ultimate swap. So my fiance loves a good cheese board and he wants the crackers and all the meats and whatever. But for me, I actually put endive lettuce on the cheese board. So if you've never heard of that, it's a certain type of lettuce that literally looks like a Frito scoop chip, but it's lettuce and it has a great crunch. It holds up under the weight of a hummus, or if you are going to put a piece of cheese or whatever on there. So to me, it's looking for alternatives that match kind of the joy of the original thing, right? You're looking for that crunch in a cracker. Okay, have the crunch of this lettuce.
That's what I've heard. Always make that alternative decision with something that's crunchy, but obviously not the
and pickles. Pickles are an amazing snack. I always buy the little gherkins and I love snacking on those. They're salty, crunchy, vinegar. So it's really hitting on all those different palate quenchers that you need.
Yeah, right. Well, any other tips for people just looking to cook this weekend? Just quick little tips that they maybe want to do a quick, easy meal.
Yes, my biggest tip is just to eat local. Obviously, that is the whole point of this segment. But go to the grocery store, see what's in season. You know, right now we are so blessed with good carrots and squash and onions. You can roast spaghetti squash and make a homemade sauce. So to me, just follow your gut. Use what's fresh and you'll be happy and healthy and wholesome.
Love it. Love it. Just love it. Allie, thank you so much.
No problem.
Speaking of carrots, we're going to see a great recipe next week,
Absolutely.
Right?
Stay tuned for that.
Thanks so much, Allie.